Nobody likes onions. The show everyone loves to hate.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Nobody Likes Onions program. My name is Patrick, and it's been a little over a week since I've come to you with a show. I'll get into that, why that's been today, and oh, look at this. Giving it away much, 9 a.m., my alcohol bottle in the middle of the shot. Not a sign of the times at all. I'm doing stable over here and prefer it this way, right? There's no laws when you're drinking claws. Am I right, boys? Tell all the guys down at the dock I said hi. And how's your dad, Jimmy? I am drinking. Somebody called me fat in the chat room right off the bat, and I'm going to let you know that's not going to fly here today. I won't be bullied. I'm not having it anymore. I've decided that, to really stand up to the world. No, I'm welcome everybody. It's 10 a.m. and it's time to have some scotch. Pour yourself out a little scotch. Have a little scotch. And do it. I do have to say at the top of this show that we here at the Onions don't endorse what's happening. This goes without saying. We don't want anyone ever to be raped, to be marginalized, to be assaulted. Have anyone's rights violated, or anything like that ever, unless you're making a point, in which case, grab a TV, grab some jeans, kick in the windows of a cop car, and fly your drones straight into whites. I don't know. I've got to tell you, I have to deal with something this morning with all of you, and you might say, dozens of times a day I get an email or a Facebook message or even a private message on some other social networking platform, and they say, "What are you too lazy to do a podcast?" And that is a complicated answer with a lot of ramifications. Number one, I'm quickly becoming too lazy to do a podcast. That is absolutely true. I have amassed in this world what I imagine to be enough wealth to die happy. I'm good. And yet some of you don't get the point. Some of you keep hanging around, liking the page, still subscribe to all the stuff, downloading the app, hoping it'll work again. It's never going to work again. I have fallen victim to what I believe, and this is hard, to come one-on-one and say this to you. A victim of the system, which is very popular nowadays, so I'm happy to do it. I'm a victim of the system. I've fallen into a systematic depression with the state of affairs of our nation. And you might be saying, oh, here he goes. They're hurting blacks. People saying, show your bank account. As if I keep my money in a bank. That's how they get you. But I will tell you this. systematic depression caused by other people being systematically depressed. Now, what am I mean? By the way, my neighbor, I hear this pounding next door. It's probably not picking up on mic, so it's not a big deal. My neighbor keeps pounding. He's building something. He starts at 7 a.m. Because in Vegas here, it's like whatever it is outside, you know. I don't know. I have air conditioning, so I don't really buy into that system. And please don't talk about my wife. You know, during this depression talk, I'm not going to have anything brought up about my wife, Kathleen, her daughters, Sasha and Malia, or our son, Jacob. These are personal matters, and her beliefs are her beliefs, and her, you know, issues are her issues. And don't bring that up again. But Kathleen's doing great. A lot of people are on Team Kathleen, and I appreciate it that way. Everyone has gone so crazy from the coronavirus that they're taking this pent-up energy, and they've now jumped onto this George Floyd murder, which was right on the tails of the Ahmaud Arbery murder. Maybe you should not have married a Christian Scientist. Well, we all make choices. And, but I'll tell you this, it's a disproportionate reaction. Now, when you say that, people think you're racist or whatever. What white people have done to black people across history is atrocious. And believe me, I think every white should be curb stomped to the ground, just out of fun. But I was always taught when I was growing up, 2 wrongs don't make a right. And maybe that's just part of my white privilege. But I don't like it. We're out there rioting and looting as if that's not bad enough. But the real disease is, here we go, hot takes. No, these aren't hot takes. This is stuff like, everybody knows this, of course. Like, the aggression is strong. People are mad. People are mad at the system and society. People are taking out on police officers what they wanted to do to the government for various reasons. I have friends losing their minds about money and can't pay rent and stuff and can't get, assistance from the government. They go through the drive-through and they try to, get something, and then they say, yeah, that'll be $7.42 for a meal. And they get to the front and they I'm part of the COVID team, so we don't have to pay. And they're like, no, the check didn't come from Donald Trump. They're having real problems eating, feeding their family and stuff. My biggest stress is I can't get through all the New Yorkers that keep getting sent to me. And I didn't even subscribe to that. I can't read. But so you have all this going on. We're getting people out rioting. Everything's happening. And now we're in this thing of this Ouroboros of fucking, I don't know what's happening. I'll break it down to you. I'm lost. And people are saying fat again, and that is hurtful. I'm aware that I'm fat. Okay? I own mirrors. They're around my house. I've seen them. I'm on a no carb, and I'm losing weight by the day. I'm disgusted. All I do is duct tape my eyelids open and watch 600-pound Life. And I'm like, look at this. That's like anti-food porn to me. Makes my palate hard. But regardless, I'm in this, I find myself in this world that doesn't even know what it's working towards. We don't even have a goal anymore. We are out of our minds. The Black Lives Matter movement aside, this is just an example. And by the way, it goes without fucking saying that we shouldn't be kneeling on black people's necks and choking them out. I don't know why that's a discussion. It's up there with how much time we've spent talking about gay people and transgender people and what they do with their private parts. Who gives any shit? I wish, as a society, we could have spent 2 minutes on any of these issues and gone, yeah, that's wrong, and we move on. Now we have people clamoring to get rid of the police department, defund the police department. People don't even know what defund the police department means. They'll argue about that. We're out of our goddamn minds. We just want something to argue about. You know? People aren't shopping at their grocery store because their grocery store hasn't put up a sign that says they're against black violence. I don't know what's happening anymore. Are you okay? Are you guys okay? What the fuck is happening? I'm out of my mind about it. I'm losing it. There's only so many times I can watch The West Wing, The Office, and The Unbreakable Kimmy Gibbler. I can't cycle through it all anymore. I'm going to put a gun in my numbed brain and blow my brains out. I'm not really going to do that. Don't send help. These are jokes. This is a program. I'm over it. I can't do it. I don't know what you're building anymore. I don't know what you're working towards. What is the goal? People are like, well, there's local laws. Even Kathleen, she's like, well, they're making laws. They're enacting laws locally. On the local level, this is making a real difference. It doesn't mean anything. I saw a thing today where it was like we want a petition going around for the federal government to reclassify the KKK as a terrorist organization. Now what? Are people still racist? Yes. Is the KKK still existing? Yes. Did you feel good? Do we all agree now that the KKK is a terrorist organization? What did you do? We're not doing anything. Your first goal should be to get the tits under control. These tits? Oh, believe me. You can't. I found this out about weight loss, and this is true when it comes to tits. You can't choose where the weight comes off. And I'm coming down to almost 30 pounds since I started the no carb thing. But you can't choose where the weight comes off. I used to think that's how it worked. Like every week you go log it. Like, I'd like to lose more from the tits, please. How? You know, but you can't. They don't allow that. Drank claws, hit it raw. Oh, gross. Yeah. Anyway, they don't let you control the stuff. I just don't know what we're doing. I signed into Netflix the other day. They had to make sure they were telling me, are you still doing comedy? Where have you been? I'm not even going to talk to someone as dumb as you. We're having a real adult conversation about mental health and black men. Get on board or get off it. If you want comedy, flip over to another channel on Twitch where they're probably, playing Mario Kart while they kick each other in the fucking seat doing the cinnamon challenge. I don't care. How dare you? How dare you? And don't call me dare. I don't know what's happening. Answer the question, titty. Don't call me that. My dad used to. The point is, we're all very shook up. And there are all different ways to react to this shit. Don't say Black Lives Matter. I personally am checking the fuck out. It makes you not want a podcast. That's what it's done. Why? Why come in here and podcast? I am a goddamn podcastaneer. I've been doing it arguably long enough. If I quit today, which I might as well, just put a fork in it or feather in it. Which one means it's Yankee Doodle Dandy. Put in the record books, whatever it is, 15 years of podcasting. Most people will never hit that goal. But also, is that even a thing to brag about? Would you go tell your friends, I podcasted for 15 years? What a weird life, dork. At the same time, I find myself in here rewiring things and ordering new equipment, and I'm about to build a new computer because this thing is pissing me the fuck off. But, that goes to show you I don't even know what I'm doing or where it's going. But I got nothing else to do. Even if I don't turn it on and broadcast, I can bring people in here and go, like, I got all this, and they don't even use it. But why not just tap out who funds this? What are you talking about? You. $10 a month, nobodylikesonions.com/overdose. We do have some special stuff on there. The SpaceX launch, which was not that exciting. Everybody gets excited about a SpaceX launch. Multiple people do the SpaceX launch. You guys see the SpaceX launch? You go watch the SpaceX launch. It's not that exciting. A rocket goes off. If it doesn't explode, there's almost nothing to talk about. I don't want to sit and chat about things that went right. That's not fucking fun. So just so you know, that's where I land on that. We're gonna have a couple people to talk to soon. I guess I'm done with this rant. I'm just saying, is overdose still a thing? Of course overdose is still a thing. Don't be absurd. And I can't, believe it even. But we did have a lot of stuff on there this past month. But I'm going to try to get in here and force myself to just yell at you people at least once a day. Can you bring back consider this? Bitcoin interests me no longer. I do podcasts about things I'm passionate about. I am, however, thinking about starting another podcast. Stay tuned to that. I'm going to ask Alex Ansel in a bit on the chat to take my hand in marriage. But I think Alex wants to start a podcast that we were talking about before this pandemic, which involves him and one of the larger Earth's women that we have, them together, in the same room. If we can get the permits, that would be good. How do we tell Kathleen? We don't tell Kathleen. She's actually in a diabetic coma right now. She's lost the will to live as well. And mostly I just poke her with sticks while we slip away into the night. I will tell you though, it is I do think mental health, it's not that I don't think it's real. I will say that I think people who constantly have to go to therapy and people who constantly need to cry and talk to their friends are weak. I think that's a weak thing that you do, and weak people. I think people who lash out, who constantly feel the need to lash out at other people, I think that it comes from the same milieu, if you will. And I just think that we're not as good as we think we are. This idea of getting rid of the police is insane. Have you thought, do you have a brain? Do you know what that would be like? Can you even fucking imagine what that would be like? I'm giving you time to think about it. While I do this, let's do a few things from our sponsors. Number one sponsor, Kirkland Ice. Make sure you, next time you're in Costco, swing by, grab a Kirkland Ice. This is lemon lime flavor. I'll tell you, and I'm not making this up. If you blindfolded me right now and put a Sprite in front of me, or the Kirkland Lime. I don't think this bit's working because this is actually a sparkling ice. Kirkland makes them too. They got it. Kirkland lemon lime, Sprite, side by side, blindfolded. This just as fucking gross. I couldn't tell the difference. I do like them though. You know, it makes you you're trying to get off soda. I'm having after this month, I'm getting off of Juuls. I'm gonna go Juul free, and I'm gonna go weed free. I'm gonna give up weed, I think, at least for a month, and I'm gonna see how that makes me feel. A la, super high me. See how it feels. I'm calling it Joyless July. So this will be keto. No weed, no Juuls. I've been off cigarettes since I got back from Australia. I smoked in Australia, but before I started smoking some cigarettes in Australia, I hadn't smoked in like 5 months. So the cigarettes, when you're out when you're with the boys, when you're on tour, as it were, when tours existed and festivals were a thing. Yeah, Alex, if you want to join the Zoom, I'll get you patched in here. We'll get Alex Ansel zoomed right up, everybody, and that'll be great. We'll talk to him. But yeah, I'm calling it Joyless July. Whatever you're into, whatever you like a lot, put it down. Detoxify yourself. A lot of people are like, what are you, positive now? Gay? No. But, I'm 40 years old. I've got maybe 30 good years left. And you guys are seriously butt fucking it up. I don't want to do it. Listen, look at me, world. I'm done trying. This whole thing, at one point, what did we have? This like fucking idea in our head, this dream that we were gonna get famous. I'm gonna go off to Hollywood. Join the circus. You couldn't give me enough money. You could actually, and I will take offers. This is one of my bits. Imagine being famous now. Where's the fun? People won't go see your movie unless you come out and say, this movie, I want to make it very clear that we didn't want to hurt blacks when we made this movie. Banana nut bread. Alex Ansel, welcome to the program. I wouldn't call it pro, amateurgram. Hi. What's up with you, buddy?
Hold on, I gotta turn off or the volume on your stream. All right, I'm here.
Oh, good.
There we go. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far.
Yeah,
and, I feel
I'm
you,
not.
No, I'm enjoying your rantings. That's what I'm saying. And
that's all I care about.
When I reorganized my room or cleaned it like an adult, I found the red one too. I'm on brand.
Oh,
bro.
the red hat. Well, yeah. Don't say anything yet about what you're even talking about because that's not public yet.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know, but I do. I have private things going on. But yeah. Okay. So sorry, I needed to get this off my chest. I do think I'm going through a depression. A couple of things about me. I've got a 97 Sunfire. It's yellow.
Yep. Mostly yellow.
It's kind of embarrassing because when people get in it, the bottom's rusted out. And it's not good.
Yeah. I could see the road through the...
Okay, you don't need to fucking make fun of it. And by the way, if anybody's going to fall through it, it will be you.
Okay, yeah.
Number 2, I'm kind of cucked by my wife, Kathleen.
Sweet lady.
You know how hard she is on me. Yeah. And plus, we have a son, Jacob, but she has 2 kids from a previous marriage, Sasha and Malia.
Yeah.
And she
I
loves
love
them.
the Christmas photo y'all sent. That was
Well,
very
she
tasteful.
loves them more than she loves me. I'm not, blind.
As
to
far
them.
as like a family nude portrait, it was very tasteful.
Right. Was it?
So,
In
yeah.
what
for the
what
Christmas
way do you
card.
think it was tasteful?
I mean, just
Because a lot of people
it had
frown
like a
upon
very Ann
a lot
Geddes
of people
vibe.
frown upon nude children going out to households for Christmas.
No, it didn't show anything, but so it was
Oh.
just you took risks, and I appreciate that as an artist, so as a fellow artist,
Oh. Well,
and
what are you gonna
so.
do? Now you've taken up, and I do like the hat, by the way. It's a nice pop of color on you, and it ties together the whole
Thank you.
paleness of your body.
Aw.
No, your skin is red and white. Like most fat people. I can say this safely. Like we know where we stand. We have patches of red and patches of white.
Like a fat barbershop pole.
I've been watching My 600-Pound Life. That's not a joke. I'm addicted to this show now.
I'm trying to get on that show. I have to gain weight to get on that show.
Come on.
No, I'm
you
not
know what?
trying to get
I
on
actually
that
have to tell you, I'm disappointed because at a point you were really getting down. You lost like 200 pounds in a year.
Yeah, like 160, 170.
And what have you and I lost 115. And what did you gain back?
Oh, I have no idea. I haven't weighed myself in a long time.
Oh God. They had this one episode where they had to take these sisters down to the dump. But we should watch that show.
Oh, to weigh them. Jesus, I thought to get rid of them. Like, this is the only place where we could take their bodies.
No, that's what I was saying.
Okay.
No, but you watch that show and it really makes you feel good about yourself. They've got a woman on there.
No, it makes me feel bad because these fat pieces of shit have TV credits, and I'm over here like just get stared at by random tourists if and when I perform. It's been months. I think I do have a show coming up on the 13th, but it's like, okay.
Yeah, but you've already been back and been on stage, right?
No, not yet. This will be my first time on stage.
But you have friends who have gone back and been on stage. I see Adam doing shows. I see Joe Cleese doing shows. I see all these comics doing shows.
Yes, sir.
Rooms are open. I think Kimmel's is open.
No, Kimmel's not yet, but Hilarious 7, they moved it to a new room down off of Fremont.
Where is this, by the way?
It's by the Neonopolis, where Nerd Bar and all that. But fucking Fremont shit.
What happened with the Hooters, aka OYO?
The production company, I think, just wanted to take a good show like Hilarious 7, and they're renting a new spot, so I think they wanted to like try to bring people into the new place that they rented.
They took a show from a place where it was successful but couldn't quite fill and said, you know what we'll do with this? Move it downtown. That'll work.
Well, no, I mean, the show started out with like 3 nights a week, then it moved to 5, and it's still going strong, which is, it's like almost.
Is it
2
going
years in
strong,
August.
or if I go down there on a Wednesday, are there going to be 17 people there?
I don't think they have a Wednesday show anymore because they moved it to a different venue and given.
So now they just do Friday, Saturday.
I want to say Thursday through Saturday. I think.
Why doesn't the government? You're slurring much earlier than normal. This is my 7th glass of this. I had 3 earlier. My ice melted. I had to go get more ice for it. So you catch up. Is the TV 720 or is the camera really bad? I will not be trolled in my own. All right. You're out of here for insulting my camera. You're out of here for insulting my slurring. You're out of here for he doesn't actually own a Sunfire. He's lying. Fuck you.
Man, just do they just love taking the joy out of things? What's wrong with it?
I just think people are really. And by the way, if you email me at patrick@nobodylikesonions.com, I'll happily unban you in the chat. If you just say I'm right about everything, we're sorry we brought it up. You really do have a Sunfire, and then get that notarized and have it delivered to my lawyers. What do you say we cancel the Earth? What are you doing right there? What was that?
Oh, Julian, bro.
You're back on, Jules?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hardcore.
Okay. And how's that working out for your hypertension?
I don't know.
I don't even know what hypertension is.
It's
Doctors just
high blood pressure.
Doctors just yell it at me and I move on.
Nah, I don't. I check my blood pressure every once in a while.
I check my blood pressure back and forth.
I check my glucose levels.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. No, I like that. Now you've been the reason you have your own you have such a nice setup now. I feel like I inspired this a little bit because you got colored. First of all, this is another reason I'm quitting, Alex. God damn it.
What?
Everyone's just you say that now. You say that to people like, oh, you have a nice studio with colored lights and stuff. Everyone has that now. What? I started all this.
You have the Bat Cave. I patched this shit together. All right. Like you got Wayne Tech, awesome stuff in there.
Yeah, but I'm
all this know-how.
But here's where you and I should start our new Fat Cast.
I already have an idea for the name. Can I run it by you?
Yeah, please.
My 600-pound stream.
Well, my 600-pound stream is actually good. We should do that.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean,
what if you
add the two of us, we definitely go over 600 pounds for sure.
What if we do it live on Twitch? Even we can do it from home because you don't like to leave. But we do it split screen and we both have to order the same Uber Eats meal and eat it live on cam.
I hate mukbangs. Mukbangs are gross.
What's a mukbang?
It's this thing on YouTube where people eat and talk to you like you're part of the dinner conversation. I hate it. I can't. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's called mukbang. It's like a
This is another thing. I've been doing that since 2008, and then you're like, "This is a new thing." It's like it ain't.
No, it's been around for a while. Like
here's the thing,
though. I'll watch.
Do you see why I have to get high now? Do you understand?
Yeah, I'll watch competitive eaters, and that's fine. But mukbang is just gross. It's a lot of women, and they just eat huge amounts of food and just talk, and it's like, I mean, I don't listen to a lot of women unless I'm getting something out of it. So
now, what is that?
Yeah,
because you've gotten in trouble for this.
Oh Jesus!
Look, and I know a lot of people tried to bury the story, but here on Nobody Likes Onions, we dig up all the hot leads. No, why do you say that? You only listen to women if you get something out of it.
It was a joke.
That's a joke from 2004, Alex. 1904. I
can't do racial humor.
Women
so
are equal
sexist.
now. Blacks are equal now. You have to treat them like they're people.
God damn.
And you are part of the reason that we have to spend 85% of the time talking about 8 to 15% of the population. Looking at you, LGBTQIA, I'm not doing the jokes.
You're just doing letters on the keyboard, baby.
Chappelle covered it well enough for everybody.
True.
But
then even he got called out for being transphobic, and it's like, Jesus Christ, you can't deal with some of these people. It's blown my mind how in the last 20 years it used to be the conservatives that used to be all hardcore and uptight and they're like, oh, you can't do that, and now it's the other side that are like, oh, someone's being oppressed, you shouldn't do that, and the conservatives are like, nah, freedom of speech, do whatever you want to.
But we can't even. We're out of our fucking minds. We can't even. The things that the people don't even know what you want. Pull 100 people out of any of these protests and riots. Pull 100 of them out and isolate them in rooms, and then ask them for the papers. No, put them in 100 rooms and ask them all ask them all what's the goal here? What's the point? What do you want? Yeah. And they'll have 100 different answers. They're not marching because they have an outcome they desire other than a general broad stop kneeling on black people's necks. I'll be the one to say this, and this will get a lot of slack. No one's going to kneel on a black person's neck again. The next time it happens, it'll be some new creative way to kill a minority. You know? Nobody's out there. We find new ways to make them can't breathe.
Jesus.
I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, in the same way that, like, cocktail waitresses from comedy clubs are blogging, I'm not uncomfortable working with Louis. I'm uncomfortable working with Louis C.K. It's like he ain't taking his dick out when he walks by you at the nacho cheese machine at Chuckle Fucks.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't care. And he, by the way, he never did that. He never pulled his dick out in public. He never grabbed a girl and drug him back to his hotel. Yeah. Why are you uncomfortable? Are you okay? Is everyone okay?
Patrick, real quick. Have you seen that show on Apple?
I don't watch shows or apples.
No. It's called The Morning Show, and they kind of tackle the Matt Lauer Me Too thing, and they go from both sides.
I've watched the 2 free episodes that you can watch without an account. I imagine you got Apple Plus. Well, you got Disney Plus for your Mandalorian candidate.
Yeah. And I've been catching up on Clone Wars too, and of course all the Marvel movies. I love most of them.
Okay.
Captain Marvel did not age well.
So what are they pulling? Here's another thing. Perfect example, you fucking idiots. I wake up this morning, 5:28 a.m. as usual, after going to bed at 2.
You had to wake up to pee from
I'm up all hours.
Drinking.
Message me. By the way, I want to just chat. Just message me. I'll talk to you. Anybody. I'm lonely and ready to end it. Got a question? I've got an answer. You responded
to my text pretty quick, so yeah.
I'm, infinitely empty inside. I can pause 600-pound life. I've got enough. This is my point. I don't need to participate in any of this. I have money. I don't think I have 20 more years. I think I have 10 best case scenario, BCS. So all I need to do is have money in the bank for 10 more years. And I think I can live for 10 more years on what I got.
10 years of podcasting or just your life?
This life. I'll never move. I'll buy this house. I do think I want to buy a house.
Nice. I thought you were buying it.
I wouldn't buy this house. There's too many things wrong. Also, I need a bowling alley and a Starbucks.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's got to be like Tommy Lee Jones, Tommy
Dreamer, ECW.
Bahama, the shirt guy.
That's one too. Yeah.
No, but you're taking Gone with the Wind off of HBO now. Did you hear this? This is like the big news of the day. You'll see this in your news feed 3,000 times. We're taking Gone with the Wind off of HBO Go. Temporarily. Here's the thing. It's going to return, but with some additional
CG
videos to provide context to the post-war racism in the film. We've taken off, I think, the Mighty Boosh, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Anything,
they took off Mighty Boosh?
Anything that's done blackface in the past, gone.
Oh, man. That's a good show.
Now,
that show.
I would like to bring some fun back to this scenario. Here's an idea. They've done this. Netflix has already pulled this. HBO have pulled anything in. Right now's the time. Okay. The show, The Office, one of the later seasons, season 7 or 8 or 9.
Didn't watch those, yeah, but yeah.
There's an episode where Dwight shares this old Amish Christmas tradition or something about
random German shit.
Yeah, German Belschnickel. Like this guy Belschnickel, and he has now People love The
start, yeah.
Office, right? Like it or hate it. People love The Office. It's one of those shows when they're like The Office and Friends. If they threaten to take these shows off of Netflix, people go like, if you take Friends off Netflix, I'm canceling. If you take The Office off Netflix,
Well,
I'm
people, you
canceling.
mean basic white bitches.
Yeah, center of the country. Heaps of mashed potatoes, gravy. That's what we're talking about here.
Yeah. Friends, I don't give two shits about, but
But
Office is entertaining.
Those people
Middle America.
love The Office and Friends. Okay? Now, let's see where your loyalty lies. In that episode with Belschnickel is and by the way, love The Office. I'm super basic. In that Belschnickel episode, he has an elfish assistant, who is in blackface. Let's try to get The Office kicked off Netflix.
Ooh.
Let's see let's start trying to short circuit, if you will, the system.
Okay.
I don't know about you, but there are two things I really don't want to do. Number one, watch a bunch of supplementary material that puts in cultural context the film before I watch it, Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
Number two, watch Gone with the Wind.
No shit.
No one cares about any of this stuff. No one's watching Gone with the Wind. The people who aren't going, how dare they have a nanny or a caretaker or a slave who's black. It was 1939.
Severely underpaid worker.
It was 1939. Slavery wasn't happening. It was a black housekeeper. And that's how things were. This is all the way back to where you're airbrushing out the Twin Towers from episodes of Friends when you show the shots of the city.
They did that?
Yeah, of course they did. What's the goal? What are we doing? Are you okay?
I never heard about that.
Is everyone okay? You're tearing down Civil War statues. Fine. That doesn't mean it's not real. Let's classify the KKK as a terrorist organization. Okay, now what? Does that mean it doesn't exist? Does that mean one extra person walks around the streets going like, oh, I guess they are bad? What the fuck are we doing? You just want dumb shit. Why is he always yelling? That's who I am now.
Well, it's part of that whole call-out culture. And call-out culture, it's
call out, cancel culture. I hope you're happy with the world you've built.
Yeah, it's somebody just like, hey, look, they're doing something bad, da da da. And it's like, well, instead of this is a bad example, but doing the whole classification of the KKK, why not just try to get rid of the KKK, or there was that guy who would convert members just by hanging out with super racist people, and he was a black dude, and they were like, and the black or the the Klans people would just be like, man, I guess we ain't so different. You're my friend now, and then they would just leave the Klan. Like, do something about it rather than just fucking virtue signaling and doing like oh, they're bad. Those are bad people.
Movies were different. Times were different.
Exactly.
Things were different. You used to club bitches and drag them back to your cave and rape them and then toss them in a river.
That was a cartoon
because there wasn't enough food.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything.
Am I going to have to watch like a fucking preamble next time I see Blazing Saddles?
Somebody said, are you guys okay? Turn the mirror hard. Do it. I'd like you to do that. I'll open up my goddamn life and you open up your goddamn life. And then we'll have the people who you're so fucking proud of, who are part of this society that have built this fucking chaos, judge our lives. And you tell me who's done more. It's always this guy in a chat room, first of all, who told me that Kathleen's not real. She's fucking real. You sound like my psychiatrist.
How's that going, by the way?
You post up your Facebook profile. Let's go through and have a look at your wife. who has her own macaroni and cheese recipe and a book club, eat a dick. You really want to come at me like that when you buy your food at fucking Whole Foods? Get out of my life. I make my own mixed nuts. You buy pre-bought. Gone with the Wind is during the war. It depends on what you mean. 1939 is post-war World War I, and as my grandfather called it, the Great War. This is Roy Johnson, who's waiting to call in next, but it really annoys him, so I'm keeping Alex on. He gets me. I will tell you this, Roy.
I am taking up more bandwidth.
Well, Roy used to be the general manager at the Tulsa, Oklahoma Looney Bin.
Right.
And recently,
I think we were on the same show once. Yeah.
Recently was fired for, I don't even think we can talk about it. But now, he's apparently driving Uber Eats. So lateral move, Roy. He's typing to me right now. He's gonna be like, "You're not fired." It's set during the Civil War. It's the story. Yeah, I know. You fucking idiot. The problem. This is the problem when I get drunk at 10 a.m. Nobody can handle. And by the way, the Civil War wasn't the first war, Roy. You might want to look up something called the War of 1812. The first war in history. No, but I'll tell you what, I'll never watch Gone with the Wind again without that supplemental content that makes it good. Anyway, all I'm saying is, everybody now with the lights in the studio. That's all I was getting at.
Well, it's part of that YouTuber stream aesthetic that I was going for. Because, no way can I be on the level with the soundproofing and all the cool, gadgets and gizmos you got.
This place isn't even, I gave up. I'm waiting for my
a whole room dedicated to it. That's amazing. You have an actual studio.
This room is bigger than most living rooms. My studio is massive. I will say that. And then I have a bonus room for storage, which is bigger than most people's podcast studios.
True.
It's bananas. But I'm waiting. Go ahead.
My studio just looks like a Radio Shack. Just threw up everywhere.
Well,
and but it's kind of working so far.
I'll tell you this: I'm so high, I just lost my train of thought. I'll tell you what I got. You know what's nice is this little Joule charging kit. You get a subscription, you get this, but I'll tell you what, they're poisoning your body. Don't do it.
I have an external battery that I put the USB thing on.
I'll be selling all my Joules. Oh, yeah, I have, that's an amateur setup, but I get it.
See, again, like
I do. I will give you all my Joules when I quit.
No, I'm quitting with you. Remember, no Joy July. Are you also going to quit drinking?
No, I think I gotta drink. What do you say, July? We get you in here. Now, I'm not doing anything. Now, clearly, we're not seeing. It's almost like the coronavirus has agreed to obey the news cycle. I don't get this. We're seeing the coronavirus is not spiking up like I thought we'd all be back in lockdown by now. I really did. I've been wrong about this twice. I said that there would be chaos in the streets and the National Guard would be deployed. That's happening, but not in the way I thought. Now, I said that the second wave would come back and be way worse. That's been good. The thing that we've learned here is always bet the opposite of what my opinion is never going to occur. But we're not out of the woods on this virus yet. Who knows? It may go crazy. I'm erring on the cautious side. You are going and hanging out with your friends.
Just here and there selectively.
Yeah, but I said I'm erring on the cautious side. And you said same. You're not the same. I haven't seen another soul except me, Kathleen, and the kids. Other than like check out at the grocery store and like, my bacon guy at Costco, I haven't put aside the best strips for me. A lot of them now are thin because they're having meat problems, so they're sourcing the Kirkland bacon from a different place. So I have a guy, he sets aside the good shit. but you're hanging out with friends. I have a feeling, you're immunocompromised.
Agree to disagree.
What do you mean?
I mean, I think it's my
You're
heart,
hanging out with
Jeremy.
friends. You're high-fiving people.
Oh no, I'm watching the physicalness of it, and it sucks. Because I'm pretty affectionate person. It's like I want to hug people.
Do you think the comics that are going back and doing shows right now are fucking insane? First of all, at best
I
it's a
don't
half
fault
full
them
room.
I don't fault them for wanting to go on stage because I definitely want to go on stage. But now that I qualified and I've been getting assistance from the state financially, it's not my highest priority. My highest priority is like,
Oh my God! Did you get on the 600-pound life disability?
No, for the PUA, for the independent contractor thing.
Who's PUA?
Who's PUA? Yeah. So I've been.
What is that? What's FUPA?
Fuck you, fat under pubic area.
No, fat upper pussy area.
Oh, okay. Or pubic if you're a dude.
No, what? So what's PUA? Puma.
The basically unemployment for independent contractors for people that have been that lost their jobs.
Yeah.
From the COVID.
Where are they giving this out? Down at the Joe's Crab Shack?
No, at Rick's actually. That's where we meet up. No,
this is a real thing. I'm an independent contractor. Can I get money?
Yeah, dude. Just I'll send you the link for the website. It's like Employ NV.
Is this like a scam?
Maybe. I don't know. It's from the state. So I took some photos of my.
The state is just giving independent contractors who are out of work money.
If you qualify, yeah. Like I sent in my 1099s and all this stuff, and I was able to qualify on like the lowest level.
Well,
and,
I was just doing my taxes the other day, a month ago, whatever. And I got all my 1099s in place and my overseas, all my foreign tax credits and stuff. I had no 1099s from any loony bin comedy clubs. So someone really dropped the ball there over at the Looney Bin Comedy Club. You hear that? Little Rock, Wichita, Oklahoma City, and Tulsa.
I'm available.
Well, I have dates. My next dates scheduled are in September for the Looney Bin Comedy Clubs. Now, Alex wants to open for me at these shows. Now,
I'm down.
Here's my problem.
I have a mask.
I have driven with you in my car.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't work.
No?
You're not going to be comfortable in that car for 17 hours, and I'm not going to be comfortable with my center console cup holders full of you.
You piece of shit.
Now.
Oh, so that's the problem. All right, there you go.
You act like my car is a big car. It's a Sunfire. This is a small.
All right, the Sunfire. That's right. Why are we taking the Sunfire?
That's my car.
Okay.
We taking your car?
Let's take Kathleen's car.
Hold on. Yeah, let's just take your car. What do you have again?
Yeah, thank you. Uh-huh.
Got him.
Thanks, buddy.
See, I tell you what, I'm really, when I find an affordable, I think Teslas are really cool and I want one, but they're too much for me. But when I do find an affordable, I feel like in a couple of years, they'll have like used ones that are reasonable and I'll buy a used Tesla. I'll give you the Sunfire.
Ooh. Dope. And it already comes with a handicap parking tag, so I'm down.
It does. It comes with a handicap parking tag and a lifetime supply of free pie bites at Rick's.
Ooh.
Which brings us to a sponsor segment real quickly. This episode of Nobody Likes Onions is brought to you by My Pillow. It's just a pillow that some guy in Minnesota says is better than any other one. So I guess they're available for purchase.
My Pillow, better than your pillow.
Whatever.
Unless it's a My Pillow.
So get one of those. I think they're on special today, so grab one. And then
Are the special ones drool proof?
What?
Are the special ones drool proof? Never mind. I'm just saying for special people.
I don't like the way you're getting at my goat. No, I don't even know what that means. I need more alcohol. Have you ever drank this early?
Yeah, I think it was the day I got in trouble.
What did you get in trouble for?
Oh yeah, when my text message got leaked, when I almost got me too'd.
Can you talk about it? Because it's so dumb. I'm dumb. You
It
know
is
what I mean?
dumb.
It's like, look,
Yeah,
this whole world, you need to start realizing, is a video game.
yeah.
All
it's dumb.
this stuff, these rules and laws and everything,
Yeah.
don't matter. It's made up shit. And you know, aside from going to jail, and you didn't do anything wrong that I can tell.
Nope.
But I got to hear the story. You got to remind me, because if I'm going to go public and endorse you like this and your sexual depravity, you know, I stuck up for Epstein and now look.
Hey, you got a bunch of miles.
I don't need to, in a couple of years, find out Netflix is coming out with a documentary about the true life Kool-Aid story. And for years, you've been fucking women in a basement.
Behind the broken chairs.
With no air conditioning.
Breaking chairs.
And
the
then,
Alex Ansel story.
And it turns out like you were actually being a good guy, because that's the coldest part of Nevada in the summer.
So, yeah, I was watching buddy Adam's stream.
Who?
And
who's that?
Adam Dominguez. So he.
Adam Dominguez. Yeah, okay. Adam.
He had a comic on there with him, and so I'm chatting with them. There's other people chatting, and one of the viewers, she's very well endowed. She's got big hands, if you know what I mean.
What?
So we're joking in the chat about.
There was a girl
with
big tits.
Huge titties, right?
Okay.
And
bigger than yours and mine.
I don't know.
Bigger than these street puppies.
Ooh. And so later on, I texted the guest that he had on there jokingly, you know, because I was drunk, and I was like, "Hey man, if you got any pics of her, I'd love to see him," you know. And then this guy, I'm not gonna say his name. It's not, you know. I still like the guy. He's just, you know, whatever.
Let's say his name. Mistake. Let's go after him together.
No, I'm not. I'm not that type of person.
Okay.
So he sends a screenshot of that text I sent him, and then she posted that like on her social media of like, "Oh, I'm a creep. I'm a piece of shit." And it's like, yo, I sent that to him, and not like I would never send that to, you know, just like unsolicited or you know, just to some random chick. You know, if I'll do some.
I will say this: you've absolutely sent me nudes of other people unsolicited.
Well, I mean, those are like funny, you know, fucked up videos that people send to me, and I'm like, oh, P-Mouth should see this. He likes fucked up shit.
Yeah,
but it's not like, oh, hey, you know that person, da 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 da.
Yeah. By the way, okay, so the gist of it is, you knew a friend who was possibly or was sleeping with a girl that's hot.
I don't.
Or just getting,
that.
Or getting nudes from whatever.
Right. I just said,
and you said, yo, throw those over here to me, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, ew, get online and find some porn.
Yeah, obviously.
Also, shut up, everybody. I'm done with it. I can't. Are you happy with the world you've built? Is this the way you wanted it to go? Because good, you know, good. Yeah. If this is how you wanted it to be, I hope you're happy, and I'll be dead soon. You can all have it. Fuck making a difference. All your ACOs can eat my asshole with your green initiatives. Melt the planet. Flip the light switch when I leave. I'm out. Fuck. People are going, great. He's yelling again. Oh,
I gotta
add sorry.
This.
So
to the comic, I said, "Hey, I'd like to see the photos." And he goes, and I could have, when she put me on blast, I could have put the text that he sent me back, but again, I'm not that person, so I just ignored it all. So I put on there, "Hey, I'd love to see, you know, if you have any nudes of her." he's like, I can't send them, but I was like, well, can you show me on your phone next time we hang out? He's like, no problem. And I was like, that's cool, But,
Yes,
so
dudes like girls, guys like pussy. We love to see naked pictures of you all. By the way, if you're an attractive woman and you like to send nudes to your friends who are males, who are just friends, they're not going to be upset by that. They like to see that. And by the way, it's not, this is going to come out horribly wrong. I'm going to be the next Me Too. It's not that special. It's special to one person, you. Calm down about it. Put it away.
yeah, I'm all right. I'm better now.
And by the way, I'm not saying it's not. Of course, it's yours. Everybody's a unique snowflake. You're kissed from God. Mwah. Beautiful. But at the same time, they all look. Every vagina I've ever seen looks like a mistake. And dicks too, by the way. Dicks are weird. That's not. A thing that I was like saying against women. Dicks are weird arms that didn't develop.
All right, so you're gonna show the clip?
Yeah, let's get to Chairgate. Do you want to explain what happened? So you're a YouTuber now. This is the other thing.
Yeah.
So like, hold on. You're like a Twitch guy. You're twitching. This is why I have a gap in my knowledge. You know what I need? A young, hip intern is what I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
Roy, we're gonna get to you. Stop typing to me.
But
Hold on.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know how Twitch works. There's widgets on Twitch
learning.
you can like add to your broadcast that'll like get you donations and like money and stuff. So we've always used Ustream. Hey, you got me waiting over an hour over here. Why don't you fucking go deliver somebody else's fucking nacho tots?
Jesus Christ.
Faggot. And I didn't mean that, let the gays know that I'm on their side.
Yeah, it's Pride Month, Dick.
It's only what I call friends who, get out of line. Roy, you used to hold power over me, okay? You don't book the open mic anymore.
Fuck no.
Okay? I respected you when you ran the open mic at the Improv. And maybe when you were a car salesman. But now, you're driving around, delivering people's Cajun fries? Get the fuck out. You wait in line. I'll call you when No, none of this is true. You're my good friend. I'm sorry. The point is, I don't know how Twitch works. I don't know what widgets are. What can I can add widget? I don't care. I used to do Ustream. We could stream real music. You get kicked off Twitch automatically. Now there's AIs in YouTube and
not necessarily while you're broadcasting, you're fine. It's just if you try to clip it or put it on YouTube, that's when you get hit. And then
so it's only YouTube that cares.
YouTube and Facebook, yeah.
Twitch doesn't care if you play copyrighted music.
Well, if you after you're done streaming, and then people try to watch it afterwards, they'll just mute all the audio. So, but like while you're broadcasting, you can do it, but then afterwards they'll mute all the audio.
Well, that's fine. I mean, okay with that.
Yeah.
So maybe Twitch is the answer. Twitch used to be Justin TV, and that was based on a thing where it had these influencers that walked around with a webcam on their hat and filmed their life like 24 hours a day. I was one of those beta influencers on Justin TV in like 2005.
Hell yeah, dude. Rock on.
It's stupid. It was a laptop I had to carry in a backpack to wear a webcam on my head. They eventually asked for it back because I wasn't broadcasting. Because guess what? I don't want people watching me wipe. Okay, so the point is I don't know. I can't imagine trying to monetize YouTube or get views and likes. I'm not good at it. People download the show from a podcast. I'm old school. I've not kept up with this, and I'm out of the loop when it comes to you. Can you imagine being so pathetic? You're like sitting there designing YouTube stuff. Oh, sorry. Go ahead with how you make money.
No, yeah, thank you. No, so because I miss being on stream, I miss performing and interacting with people. Kind of, sought out to find a way to scratch that itch, and that's what streaming and I would hop on Adam's stream and interact with folks, and that was pretty good. And I like the idea of like, oh, I can, basically perform, riff, talk to people, get all that I need without A, leaving the house and risking getting corona or some bullshit. And then two, I could stream for 4 or 5 hours, play video games, hang out, maybe make money. That's not the priority. And then boom, my bed is like right over there.
See, this is
So
the
it's like,
problem with your generation. Making money's not the priority. Get money.
I mean, it's cool when people send me money, but I like, here's what happened in my first stream, and then this will set up the video. So I've been piecing together this setup for the last couple months and putting everything together throughout the whole quarantine and all that stuff, and just kind of jerry rigging a lot of stuff. I could say that I'm German, and I launched into like my first solo stream on Monday, and I simul stream or multi streamed on both Facebook and Twitch, and I'm working on my Twitch following. Y2 Kool-Aid, what's up? Hit me up. And
Y2 Kool-Aid.
all right. So early in the stream, I had friends and people from San Antonio and Texas that miss me, and I would hang out, talk with them, and show them my island on Animal Crossing because I'm the island boss over there. And
how much is a Nintendo Switch? I gotta just see what this is. People don't know me because I haven't done this in a
they're
while.
hard to get now.
I'll buy a Nintendo Switch, just buy Animal Crossing, play it for 3 days, and throw it away. I'm a maniac. I don't care. I'll do it. How much is a Switch? $299.
$299 for the one that you can play on the
fucking
TV.
Kids' money, and then plus I'm eligible for all this government cash now.
I'll send you the link.
I just found out.
Hopefully, you've been living in Nevada long enough to where you qualify.
How long do you have to live in Nevada?
I have no idea.
And why are you saying Nevada?
Because I'm from Texas. That's
wow, and you think you're more local than me? I've been here since 2017, brother. I think that's long enough.
2016. Thank you.
Yeah, great.
Anyway,
everything's bigger in Texas. Am I right, everybody?
Yeah, even the egos. All right, so I talked to people. I was like, people would ask me, "Hey, how do we give you money?" And I was like, "I don't know. I mean, my Venmo is on screen if you want to send me money there." And so
how do I get my Venmo on screen?
Oh, overlays. You know this.
I don't know anything about that stuff.
Whatever. Oh, I'm so old. I don't know technology. Shut up, email.
Hold on. I've got an overlay. Okay.
You're gonna put it right over my face.
There we go.
So
perfect. Now. Oh, sorry. Now this.
Well, I'm on Zoom, so I only see me and you. So I'm not watching the. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay, I'm watching
It's the Crazy Joe Show.
The Crazy Joe Show. I thought that was Anthony Cumia for a second.
Anthony Cumia. I went to his house once before he went crazy.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was on the Legion of Skanks back when it was done at his house.
Yo, what episode? Because I love LOS.
I don't know. Search Legion of Skanks Patrick Melton.
Okay.
But then we were out at the pool in his house, and then apparently he beat a woman and clawed her to death or something. I don't know what he did.
Tight.
And then he's not.
Anyway.
Yeah, sorry. I keep getting off because you.
So I'm streaming, interacting with people, and somebody sends me $100, and I was like, "What the fuck? This is my first stream. These people are like,
this is so
you guys are spoiling me." And I talked about, oh, well, I'm going to use this money to make the stream better. And one of the things I wanted to get was a better chair. And I even talked to you before this about I ordered one of those chairs you have, and it's still not here. Like FedEx is just holding it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a thoughtful friend. People don't know this. When I built this studio, Roy's iPhone has entered the waiting room. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Let's get Roy. Let's get Roy on.
So I'll do it quick so we can get Roy on here. There you go.
Yeah, we'll get you both, I think. Hold on.
Oh, Jesus. What's up, Roy? So, where was I? So, I get up to, like, fix the setting on my fan, and the same guy who donated $100 was like, oh, dude, I just saw your chair. That chair sucks. Here's another $200. And then my buddy Steve from Steve's Computer Repair in San Antonio, he sends me $50, and he's like, use that money for a gaming chair. We like what you're doing when you stream. And I was like, almost, and I'm like blown away. I had to like put the controller down and just deal with, the generosity of my awesome friends and the people watching. I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. So I keep playing and I'm showing off my island, and and I'm getting into tangents and showing this and showing that, and then I drop something, and I try to kick it so I can just pick it up real easy, and then boom, the chair gives out from underneath me, and I
Yeah,
just
there's
start
a
laughing
video.
like an idiot.
I'll put it in the show notes of this show and also post it in the Facebook group and stuff. There's a
Yeah.
video of Alex falling out of his chair live as the chair
The
breaks.
chair broke.
Yeah,
the chair
yeah.
breaks.
But
and
it's one
goes
of
out
these,
from
like,
under
it's
me.
one of the most generic, like, kitchen table chairs. Like,
Yeah, it's like I'm sitting in another one right now, and it's like, God damn it, if it happens again. And
oh,
like, I
fuck.
sit
This could
I
go
sit
down
this-
live.
fuck you. I sit in this chair all the time because I edit stuff and do Photoshop and everything on my computer. So it's not like, oh, I'm gonna use this chair this one time and then bam. It's just over 2-3 years of
Got
work.
him.
And it was 2 days away from retirement, and that chair just now it's firewood.
Roy, you on?
I'm here.
Can you turn your phone to the left? Let me see if I can get Roy on, everybody.
I'm better.
Yeah, Alex, you don't have to hang around, but you're welcome to if you want. I gotta give Roy some time.
Oh, I gotta go to the restroom.
All right. Well, you can
Plus,
stay.
they're doing a bunch of video game announcements today, and I'm gonna watch that. But thank you so much for having me on the show, man. It's always a blast. And,
No problem. Alex, Kool-Aid, Ansel, Y2 Kool-Aid, everybody, check him out.
I'll type it in the chat so people can follow me.
Okay. Later.
Thank you.
All right, Roy. Sorry. How do I get this back?
What up?
There we go. Roy Johnson.
You boot Alex out.
I mean, apparently I did. What iPhone is this? An iPhone 3G?
It's actually an iPhone 11.
Why is it filming in standard definition and sound like you're under an old man's tomb?
I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know.
How are you doing in Tulsa, the home of the future biggest riot in America? Juneteenth, everybody. Stay tuned.
Do you think that's gonna happen?
Donald Trump is traveling to Tulsa, Oklahoma on June 19th to commemorate the end of slavery, everyone. And we all know that Tulsa has a great history with the blacks.
Yeah, it's we have a pretty racist history here. We had Black Wall Street, the biggest race riot in the history of the country. It's gonna get ugly, but we don't have Corona anymore.
Let me ask you this. Who's the new manager down there at the old loony bin that I didn't get any 1099s from?
First of all, I did the taxes, and I don't know why you didn't get one. I sent it out.
Well, maybe Kathleen has it. I'll check.
I know I sent it out, and we actually, Jeff did all the comedians, so he did them all. I don't know why. I forget why he did it this year. I was just happy he did it. I hate doing that shit.
Now who's
So you're
the
having a rough time there, buddy.
who's the
Sounds
new,
like you're having a rough
well-
time. I'm worried about
well, we'll get into that in a minute. Who's the new manager at the Tulsa Improv?
His name is Jeremy,
Do I know him?
and he's actually a pretty decent guy.
Do I know him?
I mean, I was glad it was him and not somebody that'd be total dick. So
Have I
hold
met?
on, I'm actually making a delivery right now.
Oh yes, the old.
This one? There you go, my friend. Thank you, man.
Now that looked like Chick-fil-A if I know my bags.
It's Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I'm a
Which
pro.
I don't think we're giving Chick-fil-A enough credit in this world right now.
Why is that?
Um,
What do they do?
because-
Open on Sundays?
Well, no, here's the deal, man. Like, I still haven't got my $1,200. I'm still getting screwed over on the unemployment, and I'm back working. I didn't get any of my money from the government for shutting shit down for 2 months, and they can't figure out how to do it, and they're just a bumblefucked. But my theory is this:
Why is everybody getting money?
We
Weren't you
take the beef.
weren't you
What?
unemployed?
Yeah, but I couldn't get get employed. I was about to get another job, and then they were like, no, we got to wait. And now that business is that company is $9 million in the hole now, so they're not hiring now. So I can't get a job. So I had to start driving Uber Eats, which I actually enjoy because I'm by myself. I don't have anybody working for me. I don't work for anybody.
Yeah, I imagine you just drive around tainting everyone's food with Bob Dylan.
Tainting it with Bob Dylan? No, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and a lot of XM radio shit.
Right.
So it's actually, I kind of enjoy the driving part of it and being away from everybody. I'd had enough.
I imagine that too. If I ever need an emergency plan, it'll absolutely be delivering people's food and not delivering anything else. I can't imagine trying to help these fucking savages get to their location drunk or whatever it is.
Well, I've done that before, and it's not that bad. But, being in the bar business most of my life, I know how to deal with drunks. So that's not really like a worrisome thing
yeah,
for me. But right now,
but it's your
right
car.
Now, the money's in delivering the food.
Yeah, but it's your car and stuff. Like, I don't want those idiots in my car. It's like it's like Airbnb.
I don't drive a Sunfire, okay? I just have a fucking Honda. If I had a Sunfire, I might not even want to put food in it.
Yeah, well, then you don't even need to know me when I have my Tesla. You'll see.
Dude, I want a Tesla so fucking bad.
Within 2 years, I'm buying one. I've decided, even if I have to buy a new one, I'm just going to spend my money as if I won't make it to 60. Because guess what? I'm done participating. You just said it sounds like I'm doing bad. Maybe I am. I don't think I'm doing bad. I think you're all doing bad.
I think everybody's doing bad. I think shutting things down to save a couple million people from dying and destroying tens and tens of millions of people's lives financially was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, I think...
Let's just grip it and rip it and live our lives, and some of us are going to die. Fucking well.
I think you and I disagree on this stuff. I think, number one, I think our country handled it completely wrong. What should have happened is by mid-March at the latest, and probably early March, Trump should have said, the country is on lockdown. You have to stay home, close down. Now, this sounds extreme and crazy, but we would have been open and clear by now. The problem is there was no mandate given. This is an election year. There was no mandate given. It was left up to every state. And the fact is, 6 weeks of mandatory stay at home, if you're out, show me your papers kind of lockdown, which I know would be political disaster, would have meant only 6 weeks of it, and we would have been done with this shit. The problem was it was a rolling lockout that we faded into, and then we faded out of it, and we're still not faded out of it completely. And that's why there will be recurrences and thousands and thousands more deaths lost. You go to Australia, it's like there hasn't been a death in weeks. Because you know why? Because a fucking leader came on and said, like, shut it down. They lost whatever 300 people total. We're still dropping 1,000 a day and acting like, oh well, like it was just handled so wrong.
Yeah, but that's Monday morning quarterbacking.
Right, but every other country did it. We just don't have a political system that allows for that kind of decisive, definitive action.
And our system is not set up to help people get through any kind of a shutdown. They're just completely lost, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know, I mean, they don't know how to get the money out to the people, and they don't know how to do anything. I don't even care about getting the money. I want them to say, okay, go to the landlord and say, you can't charge rent for those months, and we will figure out a way to pay each one of you guys for whatever. But like when the landlords are like, hey, the country's been open for a week now, we want all 3 months rent, and it's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Right. Well, I imagine that like if they tried to kick you out, there'd be some trouble doing that. Here's the problem. Well, the problem is that like it moved like this kind of thing, like a pandemic, moves so fast that our political process of making laws and issuing, like the whole, like the CARES Act. So the fucking lockdown of pretty much the whole country, except for the 4 states that, you know, stood hard and were badasses and didn't do it. Like that happened early March, mid-March, and then early April, the CARES Act comes out, which, like, you know, supposedly offers some relief across the board to unemployed people, gig workers, all the fucking emergency personnel and all this shit in states and stuff. And then now it's June, $1,200. I got a $1,200 check. Like I haven't, like I don't need it. Whatever. Like now it's, but now it's open, and people are like, the government's like, well, you don't need any more money. The economy's open. It's like, no, they need about 5 more $1,200 checks. Like,
Yeah.
like I can't imagine, I can't fathom someone who has no emergency reserves and savings, who doesn't have a credit card that they can, like, you know, at least parlay things on. Why, does your credit suck?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Dude, working for the loony bin drained me.
Well, now I know why you got back together with. Never mind. The point is,
Oh, shut up.
I'm just kidding. I knew that would start some shit.
Don't go there.
The point, of course, yeah. Anything but. The point is, I love that, like, they reacted so slowly that now they get to be like, well, you don't need anything else. You just got to check. It's like, well, that took forever. You know? I don't know.
There is the economic pain and suffering that is going to come from this, which hasn't hit yet, is about to hit in the next 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
It's going to overwhelm the amount of suffering from the virus. Overwhelm it.
I always joked about it, but I never, like, was serious. Joked about, like, moving to another country, because I've traveled a lot and whatever. But, like, I'm sorry. Like, we are not the best. It's just not the way what we were brought up and taught was, you are so lucky to be here. You know what I mean? We were taught, like, oh my God, you were born on Gryffindor. You lucky son of a bitch. You know what I mean? But no, this is fucking Slytherin. I've never seen the movies, but the point is.
Me neither.
The point is, I know the houses, and I'm pretty in the know. Either way, I feel like we were taught growing up, like, USA, number one, we're the best. It's like, I don't know anything we're the best at anymore. I'm watching you guys set it on fire, and I'm talking to both sides, and I can't be a part of it anymore. I used to think, you know, you're taught about our government and what a good system it is, and nobody else has this or came up with it. Legislative, executive, whatever the other one is, judicial. I'm drunk. I started drinking Scotch 2 hours ago. I can't be responsible for any of this.
I thought that I understood that when you said Gone with the Wind was in 1939.
That's when the film was made.
But it's literally a movie about the Civil War.
I know. I have to be a comedy man a little bit.
How do they...
You're telling me Hitler is not in Gone with the Wind?
How are they offended by a movie that is about the end of slavery?
None of it has to make sense anymore. And this is why I'm offering the challenge. Let's work together and get The Office kicked off Netflix, because in one episode, Dwight Schrute tells the story of Schnickel, who he has one of his field hands dress up in blackface. Let's get it kicked off Netflix and see how true to their word they are, because they love Netflix. I don't think they'll do it.
I've never seen a single episode of The Office, so I have no idea.
We get it, Roy. You're cooler than all of us.
No, I'm old.
Boots and Diamonds, or whatever it's called.
Dude, I'm going to be 50 in August. Fucking 50.
Now be honest 100% with me, and we promise not to use this to get you fired. Have you ever taken any food out of anything delivery, and I mean one fry, motherfucker. Be honest.
No. Well, first of all, I'm dieting. Second of all, most of the bags are all taped up. And you just want to get the deliveries done. You get in a rhythm of just one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And then, at the end of the day, you made $200.
Now, I'll tell you something. For me, my tipping has been way higher during this pandemic for deliveries.
Well, when we were on lockdown, it was like $15 every delivery on top of the fee. It was a $15 tip. Like boom, 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 boom.
$15 tip.
As we started coming out of it, in the evening when the families are ordering food, the ones that are still staying in, and you're delivering, Outback Steakhouse for 4 people, they'll drop you like a $30 tip. They'll tip like
No, I gotta start driving.
Hey, I'm happy to be working. We're open, but everything's at 40% capacity. I'm so glad that the loony bin shit went the way it did, because it would have been a nightmare. And if it had gone the way I was supposed to go from when I got hired, where I was planning on taking over the club as my own in the next 2 years, I would have lost everything.
Yeah, are all the clubs okay? Are they going to stay open?
Yeah, they're coming open at like 40% capacity.
I'll tell you this. When I was in Oklahoma City last year talking to L, he sounded like he wanted to kill himself and just get out of the business.
Yeah, he wants out.
That's why
I like that guy.
I'm coming in with a strong offer to buy all 4 clubs.
Hey, man, if they were run differently, if they were booked differently, they'd make more money.
Well,
they do crazy things. They're like, okay, Memorial Day weekend in Tulsa, the whole town is empty. Everybody goes to the lake. So instead of going, I'll put a less expensive act in this spot so that, I don't lose as much on the week that I'm guaranteed to lose just by the date. They'll go, well, let's take one of our bigger draws and see if we can outdraw the holiday. And it's just like, well, if you take Kristen Key and you put her in a good week and it sells out all 7 shows, you're going to do better than if she just sells, we made up. We weren't empty for that Memorial Day weekend. We had half the people.
now
They got Mr. Showtime, who is on his 5th comedy persona right now. They got Mr. Showtime this week.
Now that you're not affiliated with the comedy club anymore, you can be honest. What kind of heat do I have? What kind of name? What kind of big draw am I?
Well, you got to build it up. You've only been through twice, but
yeah.
Here's the thing. I put you in a week where.
I'm kidding. Can you imagine if any of my goals were to build heat in Tulsa?
No. But what's more than that is.
You know what though? It is like the funnest month to just be in the middle of the country. I'll tell you this. Your racism and small-mindedness and bigotry aside, the middle of the country, that's the place to be. Put aside the fact that you guys, leave your router passwords the default and, hate blacks.
I don't hate blacks.
No, but that's the new, that just got there. Now it's cool for white Karens in Tulsa to be like, I have a black friend. It's we all saw The Blind Side 15 years ago. Calm down.
The entire city's in white savior mode.
Somebody just said in the chat room, this guy is a feature. And I don't know who they're talking about, but I feel insulted either way.
Either one of us are a feature?
Yeah. First of all, it depends on the club.
It certainly does.
And by the way, after this, I think I'll be headlining a lot more improvs and funny bones than you think. Because you know why? I work cheap. I sell enough merch to make up for your shitty rates.
Well, did you, Bob Kelly was on the radio talking about a new club in Port Charlotte. It's an upscale restaurant, and he said, hey, we're sold out every fucking show all week long.
I'm so... Do you remember Captain Brian?
Yeah.
So this is old school inside Florida comedy shit. But we had... Now, how does this work? You just delivered somebody's food. What are you doing now? You're waiting on another order?
I'm waiting on another order. I'm in a... Oh, there's a fire truck coming through. I'm in a red zone, which means I should get a...
Hold on, I just want to make sure you call SUVs from the fire department fire trucks? I just want to make sure.
I just want
to make sure. I just want to make sure that's what you call them. Okay, cool. It was like a Ford Bronco. He's like, oh, fire truck. Okay, 4-year-old. Listen. So now, how often do you get an order in Tulsa?
This time of day, it usually drops out, but I already got a boost on it, so I'll wait till I get one before I take my break.
What is a boost?
It means if you look at the map, and if you're in an area that's bright red, it's got like a $4, $5 boost on it, so it means you get an extra $5 on the regular delivery charge.
Now, what do you make per delivery? Be honest. Don't. Now, here's the problem. If you go ask a bunch of Uber people what they make, they all inflate and puff their chest and do this shit. I want to know legit. Like, if I went to my old friend Josh Denny and asked what he makes driving Uber, he'd tell me $80K. I want to know what you make in a day for 4 to 6 hours driving.
4 to 6 hours, you're going about 100, 150. I was doing like 35 hours a week and bringing in 800. Last week dipped a little bit. I only did 29 hours, but I still made 6.5.
I like that because if I can get a gram every 4 hours I drive, it pretty much pays for itself.
You're like calling your guy like, I just need one more delivery. And then
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A. After this Chick-fil-A, where you going to be?
Yeah. No, I got your Texas toast. Have it ready.
I don't know, man. I'm thinking about getting back into performing.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I figured out, like, everybody was always taken back by the angry thing. Like, it was like, wow, that's just too aggressive. But now that I'm 50 and I'm an old man, like the angry old man
this is
persona,
what I'm saying. I'm done participating in your system. Like, I'm done with it. None of this matters. We'll all be dead soon. This is a game. Enjoy your Black Lives Matters. I don't care. Everybody's out here like marching to a beat of something they've never seen. This is like, to me, like being a Christian.
I don't understand what that has to do with what I was saying.
Because
About thinking about performing
what
again.
you're saying is, yeah, but this manifested from an ideological realization. Like, you're going to be dead. You what, 2-3 years tops. You got to start planning, and you realize no matter what you do, you can't really ruin your life. You'll always be able to deliver people's curly fries.
That's true, but my theory is that I could say whatever I want, and all this shit people are ruining people's careers over, I'm going to be like, go ahead. I mean, I've done a great job of ruining my career. I don't know what else you can knock me down.
I don't know. I think you underestimate Anonymous.
I don't know.
I don't know. Every time I see you take a sip out of that Quick Trip, you know, when I'm out there in the Midwest, as I call it, you guys prefer to be the South, right?
No.
What are you? You're not the Midwest.
Yeah, we are.
Nah. Oklahoma. It's the South.
Not even close to the South.
No, it's the South. It's more South than Florida.
No, it's the South is way different, dude. We've been to the South. We know that.
What'd you do? Get an order for Frito pie?
No, I missed an order while I was jibber jabbering with you, and I lost my little boost thing, so I'm gonna take a break.
Okay, you look like you need to cool off.
Why, I'm fine.
Take a break.
It's only 89 degrees here.
Take a break. Yeah, you were doing 35 for a while. Why don't you take it easy? Hey, do you know that when I come out there and hang out with you, I'm debaucherous and I never do that kind of stuff in my life. So whatever opinions, whatever.
I was feeling like I wanted to get debaucherous. That's why I was asking you the other day when you're coming. It feels like a Patrick time of year right now.
Well, I'm usually out there right about now. And usually right about now, I'm doing lines of substances with your $100 bills and then pocketing them to fuck with you. Last time I saw Roy, he like a baller. He wants to be a baller, but he lives like in this apartment complex he lives in. The room that the apartment he's in wasn't even. It's like the storage room they converted to an apartment. And I'm kidding. I just want to see your face react.
What are you even talking about?
And he like balls out, and he like, if we like, let's say we're doing some substances, he'll put out $100 bill to roll up and snort with, and then walk away like he's cool. So when he did that one time, I pocketed his $100 bill, and I was gonna hold it for days and let you. And then he's like, I like this girl, and I was gonna take her out, and I don't have money to take her out, and I lost my $100, and I had to give it back to him because conscience. But I thought that was a great bit.
It's a great bit, man. It's one of your finest moments.
Well, look, had you been more,
you color the stories so.
You tell
I
it.
live in a storage closet. I don't even remember the $100 bill thing.
Oh, it was right when you met. This meeting will end in 10 minutes. Upgrade for now to do your 40-minute limit. I don't know what that means. I've never used Zoom, and I don't really like it.
Hey, let me tell you, that Twitch thing, I got no video. Just audio.
Well, that's you, because other people are having a fine time.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of feedback from people saying Roy's computer doesn't work.
Okay.
I don't know. What else is new? Are you ready for your Trump visit? Because that's gonna be a riot the likes of you've never seen.
I don't pay attention.
Can you imagine Trump coming to a city that's already historically got some racial issues to give a speech on sensitivity to racial issues on the day that slavery was abolished? You don't see how that could become a potential.
All I care is that all I can.
We lost your audio. What'd you say? All you can.
Can't hear you.
What'd you say?
You're breaking up.
You're breaking up.
Hold on, let me.
One of us
Breaking up is hard to do, man.
One of us is on Boost
all I
Mobile.
care about is July 10th. We're gonna have baseball.
Yeah, why do you care about this?
No, I'm on AT&T. What?
Baseball.
I don't care about baseball because I love baseball.
Who cares if it has to take a year off? Hockey did it in 2004.
I do.
You know what the benefit of taking a year off from a sport is? It's like when in 2004 when we won the Stanley Cup in Tampa, Back-to-back champions. If there's not a championship the next year, you get to hold the cup. You're back-to-back champions.
I don't care. I want to watch baseball.
Watch an old game. You can't have memorized them all.
I do. I watch them all the time. I use my MLB TV app, and I go back and watch random days. I just put their game on.
Let me ask you one question. Are you smoking cigarettes currently?
I am not.
But you know if I came to visit, you would.
I will not.
I'm not smoking either. We know that. But you know as well as I do that every time I come to town, you're like, Patrick, I got it all together now. This, and this. And by the time I leave town, all of that is smoldering.
Yes.
It's happened twice.
Yes.
So when you say, I'm feeling like you need to come to town, it feels like you've got some grenade pins that you can't pull yourself, that you just need your autistic friend to come in.
No.
We're going to find batteries.
No. I know. My life's okay right now, except for the fact that I got 2.5 months worth of debt to figure out how to pay off. That's making me eat shit. Everything else I'm happy with.
Why didn't you just save money up?
Yeah, that'd be real easy to do.
I don't get this. Like, this happens all the time. My friends are like, I don't have any money. It's like, just stop being so poor.
Yes. That's a genius answer right there.
This is what I told all the Black Lives Matter people. It's like, just like get a lawyer. Like if somebody knelt on my neck for that long, I would get a lawyer.
Exactly.
That's what I told George Floyd. But all he said was
So when are you going to start working again? When are you ready to leave the cozy confines?
Ooh, you're freezing up. I'm not planning anything until Looney Bin September.
Really?
And after that, I may never do comedy again. I don't know. I might be done.
Nah, man, let's do a tour together.
No, I've
We'll
got.
sell it independent.
Well, I've got. Well, Kool-Aid's begging now. He wants to come open for me in Tulsa. It's just, to me, it's like, I've got a hybrid for a reason. I can't put another 600 pounds in it. No, I'm just kidding, Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid, you can come, but we cannot drive 17 hours to Tulsa together. Like, I do not have a large car.
Here's the problem when...
Wow. Aggressive.
Who, me?
Yeah,
Or him?
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Here's the problem with when people that hear me and you talk about how we get debaucherous when we hang out together, then they want to come to Tulsa, and then they get here, and they're like, all right, do stuff, and it just doesn't work like that. Or they get so fucked up, they just turn to female friends of ours, and they're like, let me get in that pussy.
Meet me in the parking lot. Yeah, we brought Steve Kern to Tulsa. I don't know. He had a good time. But yeah, it's like, well, I will tell you this. It does a lot of it. And I don't know now because I don't know if I don't know this new manager of the Improv.
He's all right.
Am I going to have any? I've never met him.
He's all right. He'll be fine.
Okay. But when Roy was the manager, everything was a playground. Now I got to go in and pretend to care about this club. I don't even want to do it anymore. I only was doing. I got to go to Tulsa? How about I just send Kool-Aid and nobody will know the difference?
Patrick, you put on a little weight.
Yeah, well, if I get paid by, square acreage of skin.
So here's the thing. So for me to log back on, I have to put on a mask and take a picture. And what happens is,
every time you go inactive, you have to take a picture of yourself with a mask to reinitiate.
yeah, and then as soon as you take the picture, you put the mask back on.
I'll tell you this. I love this new contactless delivery. This is what I wanted from Uber Eats for years. Leave it at my door and walk away.
Yeah, I prefer it myself.
Like, of course you do. Like, what is this thing where I'm getting a haircut and you have to ask me what I do for a living? Eat my asshole. I want a haircut. I'm sick of the, like, interactions that we have to have. I would prefer if everything was just AI.
God. So, here's the thing. I'm worried about you.
Yeah, what are you worried about?
Well, you're saying you're going to dump the podcast now? Is that what you're doing? Because everybody's doing it?
First of all, I sold it to you, and by the way, that invoice is still unpaid. And pandemic or not, a deal's a deal.
You're right.
But also, yeah, I don't know. What am I going to be, 50 in podcast? And, you know, I can't do like I was telling Kool-Aid, I can't do the Twitch, YouTube. I don't know what it is anymore. I can't imagine giving a fuck how many views I got on anything. I started before all that. I can't imagine it. It blows my mind. I give two shits. This is one of the big arguments Josh Denny and I had when he started buying Twitter followers to, like, game the metric. I'm like, what are you doing? Who cares? And by the way, how relevant is Twitter now?
Yeah. Twitter is just a place where you go if you want to be pissed off.
I know, but that's the new world. Now take whatever you're into now and fast forward 3 years. It's not going to matter shit. So I don't know what everyone's doing getting involved in things. And by the way, y'all feel sanctimonious sex as shit for sanctimonious. I'm drunk. You sanctimonious sacks as shit who are, like, patting each other on the back for all these fucking statements and stop acting like you don't care sometimes. Don't you fucking come at me. All I'm saying is none of it matters. None of it matters. We did this Black Lives Matter thing in 2015. We had Michael Brown and we had all this shit. And everybody was fucking on board. Oh no, I just got the meeting ended. I'll get him back. Hold on. I gotta start a 2-person meeting. None of your shit, man. In 2012, it was Coney. Remember when you wanted Coney 2012? You fucking idiots. What happened? Did we save him? Let me get Roy back. Sorry about that. I think if you have... Is that how it works? Fuck that. Where did this company come from, too? And I know this is old trite shit by now, but, like, Zoom, never heard of Zoom. Now Zoom all the time. I think he's picking up some hot wings to deliver to an elderly couple. Oh, shit. I didn't mean to leave that camera off. Fuck. Either way, just real good job, everybody. Like, great job. If this was The Sims, you would have hit reset and started over years ago. Years ago. This game is lost. And it can't go any other way. You people abolish the police. I love it. I'd love it. What would happen? Madness. I swear to God. You get rid of the police and repercussions, I'm going to turn into a madman. Can't go any other way. And won't go any other. Can't quit, won't quit. Know that and believe it. Any other questions from the chat before we get out of here? I don't know if Roy's coming back. People are crying. Who's Steve's girl Kim? Is that actually Voodoo Steve's girl Kim? Because there's another big storm coming that you all might as well know about. There's a guy named Voodoo Steve. He does a podcast, and he was a member of this group called the Queef Squad. The Queef Squad is like burned that bridge. They've like kicked that guy off. He's gone. And he's like started doing TikTok, this Steve guy, and apparently got a girlfriend who they say is controlling his life and has really cucked him. Now, Patrick, why do you care about any of this? I don't. For many reasons, I don't give a shit what anybody does with their lives. But also, at the same time, you know, they want answers. And I don't know why, but I love a good controversy, and I'm happy to stir it up. So we're going to have this guy Jonesy on, and you might remember Jonesy. He was an assistant to Crazy Joe back in 2015 when we discovered the Crazy Joe show and started messing with Crazy Joe. And then he became an onion, and now he's an onion. And he wants to explain and make a case for why we should all hate Voodoo Steve, who, as far as I know, nice guy. Voodoo Steve. I have nothing against him in any way. But other people do, and they want to air it out. I'm happy to play Dr. Phil and see where this goes. Now, my video has frozen up completely on my broadcast software. The internet has dropped out. The chat room has let me know that it's dropped out. I don't know if I'm live anymore. I don't know what's happening. But this is what we're doing. In a world, let me just set up the world you've built in summary for you before we go today. You've built a world where people are racist in their souls, in their darkest, deepest soul of souls. White police officers are killing black people out of pure aggression, just pure anger, aggression, madness. If this computer crashes, I'll lose every recording of this, except the Twitch one, I guess. The point is, people are actually being murdered, killed, and Netflix is taking off the mighty Boosh. We live in a world where Gone with the Wind is now a controversial topic of racism and needs an accompaniment for your viewing pleasure. A new show called Space Force with Steve Carell. That is, in my opinion, mediocre at its best. Is being contended with by the United States government because our president has created a real thing called the Space Force. And Netflix filed trademarks for the name Space Force for merch and entertainment purposes. And now our government is fighting with Netflix over who owns Space Force, which is both a farcical show about a government agency and a real government agency with bang bang shoot 'em up ray guns like you read about when you were a kid in the comic books. So that's where we're at. And I hope everyone's good with that. Really. It means a lot to me. We may lose this entire show. And that, and I mean this, breaks my heart. But people are going, are you okay? I'm okay. Is this still broadcasting in any way? Still on. It says it's still recording. It says it's still broadcasting, but who knows with these things because they cut out a lot. And then we lose it, and then we may never know again whether it worked. But that's the world we live in. These are the four most important things in our society. Not like that people are dying, people are homeless, people are starving, and people are being leveraged to the point of complete decay. But no, Netflix, take down a statue, reclassify the KKK, let everybody know it's a terrorist organization. All these are really big steps. You've made a lot of big stuff. Big points. And we all are really impressed. You've made a lot of progress. So kudos to you. Cheers to you. This internet looks like it's down. I'll tell you what, I paid for gigabyte internet. It's supposed to be the fastest, most secure, real shit. And it doesn't work. It just doesn't fucking work. Ever. Ever. Constantly. But whatever. We'll live and we'll persevere on. Thank you for being a part of this. We'll do another show very, very soon. I'll try to get out of this funk. Stop worrying about me as much and live your lives. But, it's really depressing to come in here and try to podcast when it's no fun anymore. And at some point, I've stopped thinking about me. This is all, I'm going to keep podcasting because what else am I doing? But, it's not fun anymore when it's just anger and madness. People being pissed and outraged over nonsense. How dare you? I'm not shopping at Wendy's anymore unless you tell me that the Baconator isn't a slight to Negroes. Unless you make that, it's not enough to just not be racist anymore. You have to go out and make a statement and tell people like you are not racist. And I find that really pandery and irresponsible. And it builds a society that, frankly, is not going to be one you want to live in. Roll it forward in like 10 or 20 years. And you tell me how it plays out. Where you try to live in a world. Try to raise your kid in a world where you have to cater to each and every person's in the world's sensitivities because they're all equally important. Whatever happened to looking at somebody and just being like, you're a nut? What you think is crazy, and we're not going to bend reality around your weird thing. I've really enjoyed this pandemic and moreover, the racial violence for one reason only. Scientists, doctors, people in absolute fields don't get to conform to their feelings. They don't get to say, well, it feels racist. Or I feel like you should apologize. Imagine if SpaceX woke up and they were like, hey, we want this rocket to go up and send a guy into orbit. How much fuel did you put in it? Oh, I don't know. Enough. Well, how much fuel did you put in the rocket? I don't know, but it feels like it should be enough to get them to space. I don't know. It feels like it should be enough. They don't get to do that. They have to measure stuff and calculate things because there are absolutes in the world. I feel like what you did was racist, and you owe me an apology, or I'll never shop there again. I'll tell every news channel that you're racist. But we're not racist. We didn't do anything to you. Either way, you need to tell me you're sorry. And racism is just an example here. It's just a whole, like, I can't even, and we've been in it for so long that you're all numb to it. Like, you don't even know. People, I'm talking about this. People are like, are you okay to me? Are you okay? You're all missing it. I'm tuned in. I've never been more sane in my life. You're fucking losing it. And I would dial it in if I were you. I would really figure it out. Because it's not getting better, and it's certainly isn't going to get any better if we keep heading down this path. I'm just denying reality. Everybody loves the gotcha. Get them. Cancel. Do you feel... think about it. Think about the idea of feeling good about yourself because you got gone with the wind taken off. I don't want to do it anymore. And you know what? Maybe I'm not okay. Maybe it's just over for me. Save yourselves. My name is Patrick Melton. You all have been lovely. And thank you for chatting with me. If anybody wants to like teach me Twitch or how any of it works, I don't know. I'm building an old school podcast that you and your mom can enjoy together. And if you'd like to come with me on this journey forward, I'd appreciate it. Let's say you don't. That's fine too. But you know, going forward, I'd like to turn things around. You ever remember the show Newsroom on HBO, episode 1? That's this. You know, we're turning it around. We're not going to buy into everything going on that you're seeing that is madness. We're going to keep it honest, real, and not biased. And I speak for everybody when I say this. Stop kneeling on black people's necks. But in the same vein, stop screaming, I can't breathe. If we could do both of those things simultaneously, I think I'd be a happier boy. And I think the world overall would be a happier group as well. All right, the internet's out. It's finally back up, but no fucks given. Thank you for joining me. I'll try to get it together. And it was my fault for drinking this early in the morning. Let's take it out on a good note. Something peppy, something happy. It's the Kazoo Kids Trap Review. And you know how we do it over here at The Onions. Overdose. NobodyLikesOnions.com/overdose.
Don't run, jump, or dance.
$10 a month to support the show. Because I'm never getting a job at the Big Apple.